Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 2024 VRC 8-Scale Nitro Buggy World Championship. Here you see our A-main lineup here. We got Luke Skywalker, Gary Crowell, along with several other drivers. Not as many as you might expect on the grid, but still going to be some great racing here in this one. We are off and underway. Let them all get sorted out here in lap number one. A lot of racing here for these drivers. A 20-minute race and a fantastic racetrack here. Looking at Gary Crowell here as they work their way around. It looks like Crowell going to be in that number 2 spot. James Lapovo in the number 3 spot. Spieler and Trebe, your running order in this one. All 5 drivers going to be right there together. Your top 3 into the big sweeper section. They go. Gary Crowell taking over the number 1 spot now. Gary working his way back around here through the center stretch. Up and over the bridge, down into the concrete bowl turn. Such an awesome section on this racetrack. Under the bridge they go. Gary Crowell, he's got that buggy dialed in here in this one. Back around, Crowell jumping up, landing right in the face of that corner tabletop. Back up to the double section there. We got Luke Skywalker in the number 2 spot. Luke and his uncle Owen coming from the Star Wars, the Galaxy, just for this race, I hear. Back around into the off-camera section. Skywalker taking over the number 1 spot now. Gary Crowell in that 2 spot. They got James right behind him. Check out the slow-mo here up and over the bridge. James looking for the inside line here. They jump off the bridge into the bowl turn. Awesome shot there. Those drivers. There you see Gary Crowell taking a little different line. He squares the corner up. Comes back rocketing out of it. Luke Skywalker riding around the outside of it there. Into the double-double section. Crowell looking for the inside. Skywalker closing the door. Back into the double section there. Fast lap right now for Skywalker. His personal best is a 32.334. See Crowell looking for the inside line on him. Not going to be quite close enough there. Banking off the bowl turn, Supercross style. Back down the front stretch they go. Crowell, Skywalker, what a move right there through the corner section. Makes a 45 out of that tabletop section. Takes the lead right back from Crowell. Up and over the step up over the double section now. Through the big sweeper. Crowell back to the inside. Crowell taking over the lead once again. Skywalker going to be right there with him. Through the infield again. Gary Crowell in the orange buggy taking over the number 1 spot into the bowl turn. Now watch right here as they come back out of the bridge. They're going to sweep around the big outside sweeper here and down the front stretch. Up and over the step up. Into the corner tabletop. Skywalker with that 45 line. Not going to gain quite as much time that time by. Crowell does just about the same line. A lot of racing left to go here in this one. 20-minute race here for these drivers. 32-2 that time by for Gary Crowell. Crowell, your race leader here in this one, 0.3 of a second. Oh, big mistake there for Crowell at the end of the center straightaway. That's going to drop him back to the number 2 spot. James will take over the number 3 spot here where he's only 1.4 seconds back. Thomas Spieler in the 4 spot and Marcel Trebe in the 5. You see Gary Crowell in this front straightaway. One of the only drivers, at least of the top 3 that we're watching here, jumping into the face of that uphill tabletop on the left-hand side. I haven't decided just yet if that gains him a whole lot of time or not, as Skywalker actually using that in 45 and across and jumping to the downside. Here they come back around. Here comes Luke. Now watch Luke's line here. Under the bridge. Rockets around the big sweeper. Up and over the step up here. Doubles that. Downsides at 45s right there. And as you can see, Gary Crowell taking a totally different line choice. These 2 drivers turned in nearly identical lap times. 32.5, 32.7, 32.6, 32.4, 32.3 on lap 2 for Luke Skywalker. It's going to be his personal best right now. First and second through that center section they go. Back into the corner there. Slow-mo action here. Watch here as Gary Crowell launches his way up out of the bowl turn. Heads back under the bridge section. There you see good chase cam action there of him jumping into the face of that, chasing down Luke Skywalker. These 2 drivers have been back and forth this entire race here so far. Still a lot of racing left to go though. A 20-minute race for these guys. There you can see through the chase cam just how difficult this racetrack is. Very unique track for sure. Got some fantastic features. These guys making it look easy. It is not. That is very sure. Oh, Gary Crowell, mistake right there. Catches that inside pipe. That's going to allow Skywalker just a little bit of breathing room here as they come down the front stretch. We take a time shift, 7:15 into this one now. Crowell all over the back door. Skywalker once again. Skywalker, both drivers into pit lane here. Pit stop number 1. We're in the pits here. And they're in and out. Gary Crowell with the pit stop lead. And Skywalker dives to the inside, side by side once again. Skywalker dives up the inside. Gary Crowell going to be right there behind him as they come back around through that uphill double-double section. Crowell's got the inside. Skywalker shuts the door on it. Skywalker comes up a little short there. Crowell taking it back over. Up and over the big double section. They go through the bowl turn. Under the bridge now. Fast lap on the track here for Gary Crowell. His fast lap going to be a 32.234 as he is out front leading the way. Here we look back at, that's going to be Thomas Spieler. 8:05 into this one. Onto the left-hand side he goes. Spieler going to be sitting in the 4th place spot. Through the double-doubles once again here. 8:15 into this race. A 20-minute race for our race leaders. James going to be out front leading the way here. I don't believe James has made his pit stop just yet. Here he comes, and he's going to make his pit stop this time by 32.4 last time by for James, his personal best. James on a move here in this one. And he is in and out of pit lane. There goes Spieler. So good battle right now between James and Spieler. On the left-hand side of the track. Oh, a little trouble there for James. Spieler going to go on by. Up into the number 3 spot here. That's going to allow Gary Crowell to take over the 1 spot. Skywalker in the 2 spot now. Spieler up to 3rd. James going to be in the 4th spot, followed by Marcel Trebe, rounding out your top 5 here. Another time shift in this one, 11:25 into this race. Luke Skywalker in the number 2 spot as he's chasing down your race leader, 2.7 seconds back from him here. Down through the center stretch, a good camera view here. Up and over the bridge into the bowl turn. Coming out of the bowl, back under the bridge. A lot going on right here on this right-hand side of the track, that's for sure. Back down through the front stretch he goes. Luke Skywalker, 11:50 into this one. 2.4 seconds back from Gary Crowell. Through the double-doubles onto the backside of the track here. There you see Gary Crowell, your race leader. Up and over the bridge he goes, into the bowl turn, coming out of it. Up over the tabletop, under the bridge, back around into the big bowl turn. Down the bitty design front straight. Crowell right now looking comfortable out front here in this one. Last time by a 32.008. So Gary Crowell only getting faster as this race goes on. Skywalker now going to be 2.9 seconds back in the number 2 spot. Thomas Spieler 3.5 seconds back from him in the 3rd spot. Followed by James and Marcel. Oh, trouble there. I believe that was James. Going upside down there. Spieler looking good through that center section coming in the bowl. Coming up on the 13-minute mark here in this one as they cross the line. Spieler only going to be 4 seconds back from Skywalker. Skywalker only 2.8 seconds back. 13 minutes in now. Thomas Spieler in the orange and white. On the backside of the track, there's your race leader, Gary Crowell. 1 crash from Crowell, and this could all change up. Crowell back around up and over the bridge section. Launching it into the corner, coming out of it. Back under the bridge, sweeping around right there. Gary Crowell's got that buggy dialed in through that section for sure. Jumping up into the face, bouncing once again through there. That time by was a 32.6 for your race leader. Lap before that, a 32.4. And of course, before that, the barn burner, the 32.008. Back through the center section here. Up and over the bridge, Gary Crowell. We're going to start seeing, I believe, one more pit stop here for these guys. Crowell coming around here, looks like, and yes, indeed, this is going to be Crowell's pit stop. Will Luke come in on this one as well? Here comes Skywalker. Skywalker in the pits. Sources tell me Chewbacca down there pitting for Luke Skywalker, and he's out. Skywalker, good pit stop there. Doesn't lose a whole lot of time to Gary Crowell, your race leader. Thomas Spieler in the 3 spot. James in the 4 spot. Marcel Trebe in the 5 spot. Working their way back around there. 32.191. Going to be Skywalker's fast lap in this race compared to Gary Crowell's 32.0. Only a 1/10 of a second between their 2 fast laps. Skywalker gained some time, though, with those pit stops. They're going the rest of the way. No more pit stops here in this one. It's heads up racing. And that is Spieler. I thought that was Crowell there for a second. Come in for a second pit stop. Spieler in for fuel there. He was your temporary leader before the pit stops. Gary Crowell going to be back out front. Skywalker in second. Spieler up into the number 3 spot. James Lapaveau in the number 4 spot, and Marcel Trebe in that 5 spot. First and second, the battle is on here in this one for these two drivers. 15 minutes down, 5 minutes to go. Under the bridge once again, Crowell coming back around. Here comes Skywalker. You can see less than a short straightaway between them, 0.6 of a second to be exact. Back around on the left-hand side. Last time by a 33.5 there for Crowell. Skywalker 0.616 there from back from him. Time shift. 18:15 into this one, a minute 45 to go. Skywalker trying to close that gap up on your race leader, Gary Crowell. These two drivers have stayed about this distance right here for quite some time. And Gary Crowell may be looking at a World Championship win at this pace right now. If they can both keep it on 2 wheels, keep it smooth. Back through the infield once again, Crowell and Skywalker. Over the bridge, into the infield section around the bowl turn. Coming back around here down the front stretch, this time by 18:55 down. 19 minutes down now, 1 minute to go here. Gary Crowell looking at a possible World Championship win. He's got a 1.3 second lead on Luke Skywalker. At this point, Luke Skywalker, he needs the force to be with him. Back down through the center stretch they go. 40 seconds left to go for Gary Crowell. Crowell coming under the line here. This should be, they may get 2 more here. They may get 1 more after this lap. Crowell coming around through the big sweeper section. Back around on the backhand side. 1.4 seconds is all that separates him right now. Gary Crowell looking pretty comfortable out front. Luke trying to push it, but not push it too hard. Crowell up the inside. Oh, little mistake there for Gary. Gary catches that inside tube, loses a little bit of time. Skywalker, he smells blood in the water now. Here they come back around, up and over through the bowl turn. They're going to get 1 more lap. 4 seconds left on the clock. Final lap here. Race to the finish. First and second. Crowell gets wild on the front stretch. Skywalker diving to the inside there. Onto the back side of the track they go. Gary Crowell, he's got the pressure on him here. Up and over the little step up into the double section. Into the back sweeper section now. Skywalker looking to the inside line. Crowell closing the door once again. Skywalker up the inside. Through the center straight they go. Back around 2 corners to go. Over the bridge into the concrete bowl. Crowell diving to the inside. Skywalker up the inside. Skywalker goes wide. Here they come back around to the loop. Here they come. Skywalker with the drive. What a finish right there. Gary Crowell going to take it by 14 thousandths of a second. What a finish right there. Congratulations to Gary Crowell, your 2024 8-scale Nitro Buggy VRC World Champion.